today. Right here. Emerge. Right here.
Ah, you're here. It appears everyone has arrived. Last night, I visited a former servant who once worked for my family. In my great-grandfather's generation, the Ishin art was tasked, though all the craftsmen involved were very experienced. When the deadline came, the blade still wasn't finished. So the Kaidahara clan and Yashiro Commission then conducted an investigation. However, they met fierce resistance from the craftsmen. The Kaidahara clan was severely punished for the swordsmith. Moreover, I heard that the head of the Kamisato clan was injured by the fleeing.
Yes. The sudden passing of the family head left the Kamisato clan leaderless. Treachery. This single incident had profound effects. Even after the position as head of the clan was passed to my father. But, thanks to my brother,
The failure to forge the blade was ultimately attributed to a lack of required skill and finesse. However, the story of the 5 Kasen seems to imply that the failure didn't... Miss Kamisato, I heard yesterday that the Yashiro... Might I ask you to...
Yes, I understand. I will go... Right now. Right here. Right now. Everyone, I've managed to find the old...
Though the diagram is well preserved, you can...
Whoa, that's pretty old.
At this point, we can only try our luck and see how we...
Although the effect is not too obvious, you can still see that some words... Kazuha, this is clear evidence that this chart...
I see. But I fear that I've discovered this secret too late. When my grandfather was young, he proposed reviving the Ishin art many times to my great-grandfather. Yesterday, the former family servant said that my great-grandfather even went to the Yashiro Commission to request that diagram from the... Sure enough, my grandfather also failed. My great-grandfather then told... My grandfather left Inazuma in a rage after hearing those words. Looking back at it now, the argument...
Oh, I heard that your great-grandfather was very industrious when he was young.
Kazuha, did your great-grandfather really say...
Yes. The servant said that my grandfather was so angry at the time that he smashed my great...
Yes, it appears that you understand my Kazuha, if your great-grandfather thought that the Ishin art lacked finesse, then after witnessing his son's... But instead he said, if you can't find the secret within...
Huh? So you're saying my great-grandfather may have very well known that...
Yes, the current evidence...
I apologize, but would you all please accompany me? After I became a wanted criminal, the Tenryou Commission seized my family's... I want to inquire about the whereabouts of the...
All right, let's get...
Emerge. Right here. Right now.
Manifest! Emerge.
What are you all doing here? Did something happen on Rita?
Kujo Sara. Perhaps you
Yes, I do. You're Kaedehara Kazuha.
Sara, we'd like to ask about the Kaidahara clan's property.
Yes, the items seized at that time are currently stored in the warehouse next to the...
No, I'm afraid you misunderstand. I'm not here to
I see. All right, I'll inform the police.
Thank you, Sara!
Kaedehara.
That's all in the past now, Kujo Sara. There's no need to mention it again. However, may I ask something of you?
Yes? What is it?
Currently, I have no plans to stay in Inazuma. Madam Kujo, I believe you are a person of integrity. After our investigation is over, I'd like to ask if you can handle...
All right, I understand. I'll be sure to take...
Right now. Emerge. Unleash! Right here. Right now.
Ah, you must be here to investigate the Kaedahara clan's belongings. Well, Madam Kujo's already informed. The Kaedahara clan's belongings are stored in this warehouse. However, I have clearly marked the corresponding items. I'll be waiting for you at the door. Please, come see me if you require.
Kazuha, since the items are scattered throughout the
Yes, sounds like a plan.
Oh, it's you. I'm currently...
Oh, since the Kaidahara clan was a family...
I'm afraid not. Although the sword rack is made of fine wood, the blade on the sword hasn't been sharpened, but...
Let Paimon see! Oh, there seems to be a couple... Paimon can imagine what Kazuha would...
I will continue investigating here and call...
right here.
What did you find, Shinto?
I found quite the pile of old books. These books here are all related to smelting steel. And these are...
The books about plants and flowers...
I skimmed through them just now, but I didn't find anything... Right now. There must be some around here. Do you see all these pots here?
Hey! Everyone else is trying hard.
I merely checked.
Well, Paimon doesn't really get why... What if we don't end up finding anything today?
I know you are worried about Kazuha. Since Kazuha made such a request to Sara, that indicates he's already made his choice. No, not intuition. Leave the things here to me. You...
Oh, it's you.
Whoa, this folding screen looks...
Yes. Perhaps if it were better maintained, then it could fetch it. I was taking a closer look just now, and the soil is deeply embedded into the cloth. That means a great deal of force was used on the... Because this is not... Let me think. If...
Albedo seems to be thinking pretty...
Everyone, I've found something that you should all have a look at. This flower pot was in my house for a long time.
Yeah, the plants seem to have been dead for a...
Well, after my great-grandfather stopped studying the forging arts, he picked up the hobby of keeping bonsai, but he specifically left behind this dead plant at the time. My grandfather deeply regretted that he never managed to but now that I think about it, my great... Yes. Let's take a...
We finally found something! Do you think someone already discovered the compartment and swapped?
No, I do not think that is the case here. See the paper? It's quite yellowed, which means...
You mean to say that these sheets have been written with special...
Yes, I agree with this hypothesis.
Okay, let's give.
There is a pond outside the police station.
Well, how did it go? Those weren't.
Just as everyone guessed, after I sprinkled some water onto the paper, writing did indeed begin to appear on it.
Oh? What does the letter say?
It is. I'll tell you what my great-grandfather knew at the time, but before that, everyone, please follow me.
Emerge. Right now. Right here. Manifest! Right now. Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
Kaedehara, why did you lead us to this beach?
It is. In fact, our hypothesis was correct. My great-grandfather was well aware of the truth behind the defective blade. It reads, "To whoever reads this letter, I, Kaedehara Yoshino, all those years ago, when I was pursuing the swordsmiths alongside Commissioner Kamisato of the Yashiro Commission, I was not injured by one of the fleeing smiths.
It was night, and after the clues led us down to shore, I waited for the culprits to show themselves. This stranger claimed to be the one behind the failed forgings, and said that he had been patiently waiting. That person was of able body, and in a blink of an eye, myself and the accompanying samurai had been defeated. Commissioner Kamisato was severely wounded, and I barely escaped. The unusual stranger could have easily claimed my life at that moment. But I answered that it was my father's surname, and after my father disappeared, upon hearing my answer, the stranger paused. After a long silence, he suddenly said, "Tell her this. My name is Kuni Kuzushi." He then turned and left.
Wow. So that.
Yes. My great-grandfather and the head... However, due to the encounter, the head of the Kamisato clan was worried that my great-grandfather would be falsely accused of being involved with the perpetrator, because the perpetrator said he would destroy the Raiden Gokaden. My great-grandfather worried that the perpetrator would still return for... He said, "As the leader of the Kaedehara clan, I am deeply ashamed to witness the decline." Yes, that's right. Unfortunately, Miss Kamisato, it appears you were unaware of...
I suppose the reason that if the perpetrator was capable of tampering with even the Shogun's diagrams, I will discuss this matter with Brother shortly and investigate the identity.
To be honest, as I read the letter, I felt much... My great-grandfather said in the letter that he did not wish his descendant, though he was in a tight situation when he wrote these words. I think what's most important for each person is not the past, but the... Therefore, knowing the truth behind what happened, that being said, if the enemy from all those years ago is still lurking and plotting to stir up more trouble, then I definitely... These are simply insight. Thank you all for accompanying...
Great! Now that we're done here. Today is the final stage of the Iridori Festival. Not only will there be
Hello, traveler.
Albedo, why is the portrait of Kuranushi all covered up? Paimon wants to see what your Kuranushi...
Don't worry. The unveiling, sir, I will say that I'm most satisfied with this particular work. I even made a special trip to see someone in... Is that...
Right here.
Well, hello everyone.
Hey! What are you two doing together? Don't...
Is that so?
We were merely discussing.
Speaking of good.
Forget it. Even if...
Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
Traveler, Paimon, it's a pleasure to see. Indeed it did. Thanks to you.
Shito.
You aren't mistaken. Though I'm ashamed to admit, after all, I came to Inazuma under the pretext of evaluating a potential. Fortunately, the crowds of readers that came. Oh, I should mention, Shu is also unaware of the real purpose of my trip. Then, please accept my thanks in advance. I'll see you later at the.
Right now. Emerge.
Ah, greetings, traveler.
Oh, Ayato! We finally get to...
Yes, there were many things which required. Fortunately, the Iridori Festival is proceeding smoothly.
Brother and I are very grateful.
Toma sure is taking his sweet time.
Yes. Today is one of the rare occasions when Brother isn't busy.
Paimon didn't think Ayato could ever be...
Brother always works diligently, so Toma and I really
Right here. Emerge.
Kazuha, what are you doing here?
I came here to take in the sea breeze. Such a bustling Thank you. But please, look. See this familiar harbor in front of us? Before, you could... But now? Not only are foreigners coming to Inazuma again, but...
Yeah. Inazuma has already started to change, huh?
I was thinking, in some... It might take a different amount of time for different people. And when they finally let go.
It's time for the portrait's unveiling ceremony. Let's head over to the Five Kasen Plaza.
Right here. Emerge.
Everyone, welcome to the magnificent Iridori Festival. Today, we have ushered in the final stage of our festival. And now we will reveal the final portrait of the Five Kasen.
Paimon has no idea what Albedo's portrait looks like.
Let's all count down together. 3, 2, 1... Huh? What's... I suppose... let's hear some words from...
Hello, everyone. First, I would like to say that the Five Kasen are legendary figures from ancient Inazuma, famous for their work. I learned from existing sources about those stories that the... Moreover, Kuronushi lacks a dedicated chapter among the stories. Perhaps we can assume that every creator had a different understanding of Kuronushi. After all, the Iridori Festival is a...
Yep, that's Albedo for ya. His super logical explanation is sure to win every... Well, it seems that our adventures at the Iridori Festival have come to a close. Huh? Oh. Oh, right! We still... Really? Come on then, who is it? Tell Paimon! Well, that makes sense. Otherwise, there'd be no way to give the right paper... Right. Even though they were using stories to hint us toward Shincho's troubles, the real goal was... Paimon gets it now! Let's go!
The one who left the stories of the 5 casa.
Huh? Really?
Because other than me, there's...
Make sure you get in line early to buy your special edition drinks.
Festivals always attract so many people. Who is this Jamie everyone keeps talking about?
Enjoy the blessing of Lesser Lord Kusanali. An Aishan blessing now 10% off. Our crowd
Oh, are you asking about... But things may be a little...
Welcome home,
Make sure you get in line early to buy your special edition drinks.
Yes, in fact, before doing the portrait of... I think my current approach to this portrait is the most correct one.
To be honest, I am very grateful to, and I am also very fortunate.
Ayato! You're the one behind the stories of the... But don't you think you overdid it a little? Leaving all your friends...
As it just so happens, one of the reasons I'm here today is...
Paimon wants to see how you...
First of all, the start of this whole incident was due to mere happenstance. You see, Lady Yai happened to catch sight of...
Huh? So it was Paimon knew it! This thing had Miko written all over...
That's right. But using the story of the 5 Kassen to guide you... As for my roundabout approach, yes. Due to a certain incident that occurred earlier, I knew there was more than meets the eye regarding those papers. But it took me... What Kaedehara Yoshinori said in the letter is very important for... The Kaedehara clan used to be subordinates of the Kamisato clan. It was my answer. Although he has the right to know the truth, the closer he draws to things hidden out of sight... Of course, I could outright tell him the truth that I had discovered. But maybe if he lacks the ability, then he wouldn't be able to find the truth in the... Kaedehara Yoshinori left his message in a... For a long time, I yearned for a suitable opportunity to...
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Yeah, it wasn't a...
I merely saw that this matter would be of value, and more importantly, I hoped that while Kazuha... Reliable friends who would be willing to protect them and make measured decisions, because it is also very likely that you will face the same enemy to... You already know the answer deep down inside. The answer is actually hidden in the portrait of Kuranushi. When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing that answer, well...
Personally, I think...
It's getting pretty late, so nobody else is... So Ayato must have been telling us to splat... It's the Balladeer! So he was the one behind the trouble all those years ago!
When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eye. As for the means of revealing that answer... Also, I mentioned earlier that the occurrence of a certain incident... It was just after the Shogun announced the abolition of the Sakoku Decree. They had discovered signs that someone had entered the warehouse, storing the Commission's articles. I felt something unusual about that incident, so I told Kujo-Sara. In the meantime, I sent a member of the Shumatsuban to keep watch over the warehouse.
You mean...
I let him search for a while, but in the end...
Why didn't you send some...
The best way to protect a secret... After he left Inazuma, I carefully checked the Kaedahara clan's belongings. I am certain that the papers are the secret which the infiltrators... So, now on to my... Which part of Kaedahara Yoshinori's experiences was the secret that needed to be protected? As for now, please, enjoy yourselves at the Era.